For today's business news, Jollibee to open London flagship as it ramps up its UK expansion.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have here today on our Zoom the executives of Jollibee London. Congratulations and welcome to UK. So tell us about this new expansion.
Thank you, Jake. Good evening to everyone watching. So this expansion will be our third UK location in Leicester and the first Jollibee in the country to sell all halal meat. And we're still looking out for widening the cities that will cater like Edinburgh, Leeds, and Cardiff.
So you said that you have plans in expanding your market not just in the UK but also across Europe. What are the opportunities that you consider in doing so?
Since it's outlets Jollibee's home country, there's a huge change in demographics, shaping consumer tastes and preferences. Based on our external factor evaluation, we have three opportunities that we responded greatly from UK's broad environment. Jollibee is famous not just in the Philippines but in other countries as part of the quick service industry, so we see this as an opportunity to expand globally and build our brand in Europe, starting with the UK market. During the opening, 40% of the customers were locals from Leicester, contradicting the usual that almost all of the customers are Filipinos as they are already familiar with Jollibee. Another broad environment that we take into consideration is the significant number of Filipinos, because United Kingdom ranked 11 in the world and second in the European region with the most number of Filipinos. Once established, we cross over to the local mainstream customers along with the global expansion across Europe.
Other external opportunities that we adapt greatly is in terms of the task environment, particularly the bargaining power of the customer, and broad environment in terms of economic segment, which are the increase in profit as population grows and increase in disposable household income by 4.6%. Both have an impact on the purchasing power of our consumer. So other opportunities that we take into consideration that I can say we responded above average are the rising demand of on-the-go meals, the increase of fast food chain industry due to ease of establishment, and product standardization, and increase in the rising demand of the fast food and takeaway industry.
Of course, along with the opportunities that you've seen, were also the threats that you encountered for this big move. So, can you tell us something about the threats that you encountered and how did you respond to it?
The growing number of fast food chains despite the Brexit and the greater concern for eco-friendly packaging are the two threats that Jollibee responded greatly. For the former, the fast food industry is expected to grow by £9.8 billion by 2021, and last year there was a 40% increase in the number of customers visiting chicken outlets and fast food restaurants. So Jollibee really made an effort to provide for this increase despite the number of competitions. And for the latter, even before Jollibee's expansion here in UK, we already use paper like paper bags instead of plastics. And this is a practice that we bring everywhere we operate. So the regulation of European Union as to packaging was already addressed from the start.
Other threats that we included for the EFE were based on the business climate here in the UK, which includes the regulations like the European Chicken Commitment, anti-obesity campaign, the strict rules of the government on the unhealthy food commercials, and preventing of establishment of fast food near London School. In the task environment for the bargaining power of the customers, some trends like the increasing consumer awareness over healthy eating and the 14.9% decrease in consumer spending due to COVID-19. And the broad environment on the economic factors such as the soaring cost of property, commercial spaces, and the estimated 9.8% loss on country's GDP due to COVID-19 pandemic are the part that Jollibee is still thriving and addressing.
So the success of Jollibee ultimately depends upon how well we can use our strengths to take advantage of external trends. So we plan on keeping up with the technological advancements while also providing a localization of our product. It is best if the Jollibee would make use of technology by putting a self-service skills for reduced waiting time and order accuracy, since the British market really prefers a less hassle when it comes to ordering, and also this will save some space for the actual store for those who will dine in. The localization of products, on the other hand, will enable us to capture the foreign customers' taste preferences. We will not only be dependent on Filipinos' taste, but rather implement a product that represents the British culture. Just like here in London, one of the traditional British dishes is the fish and chips. Adding this to our menu will attract the interest of British people and may gain foreign customers.
Speaking of the UK market, a study on the quick service industry here in London with the use of competitive profile matrix shows that Jollibee, along with McDonald's, KFC, and Burger King, leads the fast food industry. The critical success factor of product quality ranks the highest for Jollibee, while making it the second to McDonald's, third to KFC, and fourth to Burger King. This indicates that even though Jollibee is the newcomer among the three, they managed to adapt to the fast food quality standards of the British market. It is also worth noting that even though Jollibee may have a great start at global expansion with regards to their EFE, but with a comparison to its three competitors using the CPM, Jollibee still has a long way to go to reach the global status of the other three.
And out of the many competitors that the Jollibee has, the study shows that McDonald's is the firm that the Jollibee should be most worried about because McDonald's is already an established brand in the European market. Moreover, based on the CPM result, the major strengths of the McDonald's as compared to the other competitors or firms are advertisements, services, and price competitiveness. On the other hand, Jollibee, who entered the London market last 2018, has only one major strength, which is the quality of their products. With the analysis of the competitive profile matrix, the Jollibee must really create strategies that will help them to outperform McDonald's by addressing their weaknesses and sustaining and improving their strengths.
That's it for today's business news. Have a great night. Goodbye.